What is going on, everybody? How's everybody doing today? So I have been reacting to kind of some embarrassing prediction videos in the last couple of days. We did react to my 2019 free agency predictions a couple days ago. We got to see what I was wrong about that. Yesterday I reacted to my 2020 season predictions. A lot was wrong about that. So today we are going to be reacting to my 2019 mock draft. Obviously we know how the draft ended up and how some of these rookies played out. So I do make some opinions on these rookies, or excuse me, these prospects going into the 2019 draft, and I'm sure a lot of these are going to be wrong. So I will leave a link to this video if you want to check it out in the description below. Even though we're watching it here today, so you probably don't even need to go back and watch it. But yeah, you guys can drop a like if you guys enjoyed. I appreciate that a lot because you guys have been showing great support on this channel, and it means a lot to me. Without further ado, let's react to my 2019 mock draft. And here we go.
What's going on, buddy? How is everybody doing today? I hope everybody is excited because today is draft day, one of the biggest times of the year in the NBA, and today I have for you guys my 30-team official final mock draft. So this is going to be...
It's funny, I'm going to pause it real quickly. I made this, and then I'm pretty sure the Pelicans traded out of 4, so I'm pretty sure I have the Pelicans making pick 4. I have the Suns making pick 6, and then the Hawks making pick, whatever, 8, so, and 17 as well.
First round only. I'm going to probably go in depth on the first 10 to 15 picks, and then once we get past 15, I'm going to kind of just rattle them off, go pretty quickly after that. This isn't a rebuild, so if you guys do enjoy this video, I would really appreciate if you guys drop the like on this video. Let's try to hit 2,000 likes. That would mean a lot.
Did we hit 2,000? Did we hit 2,000? We hit 5.7. Shout out to you guys. Damn.
I am currently recording this at 5:15 on June 19th. So currently the Pelicans have the 4th pick. No other trades.
Pretty sure the draft was on the 20th, so this was the day before. Or this came out on the day of the draft, but I recorded this obviously the day before.
This is post Mike Conley, obviously post Anthony Davis trade. So let's get into this. But this isn't going to be right at all. It is insanely hard to predict a correct mock draft. It is about as hard as predicting a perfect March Madness bracket. So, yeah, and there's going to be players picked that I didn't even think will go in round 1. Kind of like last year, Jerome Robinson. I thought he was a second-round player, went 13 to the Clippers. So there's going to be a lot of surprising picks in this draft. So don't take my mock draft too seriously. Now, with the first pick in the 2019 NBA draft.
Okay, I got that right. Let's go. We're 1 for 1.
The Pelicans taking a shocker here. Zion Williamson. It's really no consideration. This was the pick pretty much since December. Whoever got the #1 pick was taking Zion Williamson. He's a defensive threat, to say the least. The dude,
a defensive threat. Okay, he was not good defensively in his rookie season.
In the pick and roll, he's going to be insane, especially working with Lonzo Ball. People are very excited to see that. And Pelicans got very lucky on draft night. Jumped from, what were they, 9, 10, whatever they were. Jumped to 1, got Zion, and he's going to be one of the most NBA ready players we've seen in a while. He's up in the class with Anthony Davis, LeBron, Ben Simmons, Andrew Wiggins coming in. Hype wise, we'll see if he turns into maybe LeBron caliber, Anthony Davis caliber. Let's hope he just doesn't turn into Andrew Wiggins caliber. With the second pick in the draft, there was maybe some consideration for not this pick, but once the Mike Conley trade was made, it was a clear consideration that the Memphis Grizzlies were going to be taking Ja Morant.
There we go. We're 2 for 2.
Out of Murray State with the second overall.
Those were hard picks, too.
Might be the most athletic point guard in this draft. And with the NBA kind of turning into a more athletic-driven league, especially with point guards, you need really a good point guard in this league to succeed. Ja Morant fits the Grizzlies perfectly, who, like the Pelicans, got very lucky with the draft lottery and jumped up to #2 in this draft. With over $25 million in cap space now, the Memphis drafting Ja have 2 nice building blocks in Ja Morant and last year's first-round pick in Jaren Jackson Jr. to go with, and it's going to be very nice rebuild there in Memphis. They might take on maybe a couple bad contracts, try to get another first or 2.
Iguodala kind of predicted that, maybe.
But yeah, with the Memphis Grizzlies.
Oh no, picks in this draft. Okay, no,
at #2, I've been taking Ja Morant. With the 3rd pick in this draft, I have the New York Knicks taking RJ Barrett out of Duke. The first
perfect mock draft so far. Get on my level. It's gonna stay perfect after this as well. No, I from what I remember, I don't think I got the 4th pick right, but let's watch.
Are pretty solidified already at this current moment. Yeah. We kind of know it's going Zion, Ja, RJ. RJ Barrett has potential to be a mid to high 20-point per game scorer in the NBA. He definitely does have his flaws, though. He has tunnel vision on offense. He takes some very interesting shots sometimes, and his free throws definitely need some work. but the dude has insane
Was right about that.
offensive potential with offensive athleticism, even defensive potential as well, carried into that athleticism. I think this is the sure pick, who was the #1 high school guy coming into Duke, and then obviously Zion took over. So he's a good player nonetheless in high school, and in college he played pretty well when Zion was out. Clear cut here for the Knicks at 3 to go on with Knox and Mitchell Robinson and Dennis Smith Jr. for the future. I have the Knicks taking RJ
Kevin Knox and Dennis Smith Jr. Pour one out, please.
Barrett at 3. Now, currently at
Who got
this
4?
moment, the Pelicans have the 4th pick, so I think whoever gets this pick is going to take Darius Garland no matter what out of Vanderbilt.
One pick off. He went 5. Obviously, we know the Atlanta Hawks took Hunter at 4. I don't know. I definitely wouldn't have had Garland going 4 if I knew the Hawks would have had this pick because they had Trae Young. So give me the benefit out of the doubt there, maybe.
Well, if the Lakers were picking here, it was some uncertainty because they might have just gone a more NBA-ready player like a Culver or like a DeAndre Hunter. But with the Pelicans at the 4th pick, either it's the Pelicans, either it's the Bulls, either it's the Suns, either it's the Hawks. I have Darius Garland out of Vanderbilt going out.
Oh, come on, man. Why would the Hawks take Darius Garland?
Now, Darius Garland has one of the more smaller sample sizes going into this draft, especially for somebody going at pick 4. He's only played 5 collegiate games, then got hurt for the rest of his Vanderbilt season, and people think that he could be the #2 point guard in this draft. He has insane offensive potential, very good shooter for a point guard in this league, and with the league becoming more of like you could play any position you want, you really can throw out 2 point guards. Garland would be a pretty nice combo guard to have. With him only being 19, he has room to grow, but he has the potential here. And I think the Pelicans, maybe they just don't like Lonzo's future, or maybe they're uncertain of him being a star in this league or a good starter. They might just go best player available, they think, on the board, Darius Garland. But like I said, if it's Chicago, if it's Phoenix, if it's Atlanta here, I do plan on them going Darius Garland. Maybe you have an argument for Atlanta trading up to get Jarrett Culver, but I think Darius Garland is going to be the pick here at 4. Now with the 5th pick in the draft, I have the Cleveland Cavaliers taking...
Well, I obviously got this pick wrong because I had Garland at 4, so just tell me I had Hunter, so maybe we can cancel out those
Jarrett
picks.
Culver, shooting guard out of Texas Tech. The Cavs need all the young potential.
So that means I had 6 wrong as well.
They can get. I don't think a DeAndre Hunter would be a smart move here, and I think with their little talent on their roster, especially for the future, Cam Reddish is too big of a risk. I think they should go for the more safe prospect, the sophomore Jarrett Culver, to play alongside with Colin Sexton. I think they could forge together. I think both of them could spread the ball pretty well with Colin Sexton. Maybe not being the best passing guard in the league one day, but he could definitely, I think, facilitate one day. If they do move Kevin Love, we'll see if they'll have Kevin Love to maybe work with in the pick and roll. But I think Jarrett Culver is definitely the best selection here at 5 with Garland, Barrett, Morant, and Zion all off the board. Coming in at pick 6 now, I have the Phoenix Suns.
Probably taking Coby White.
Of North Carolina, Coby
Oh,
White.
this is what they should have did. They should have stayed at 6. I'd rather have Coby White on my team than Cam Johnson. I'd rather have Coby White on my team than Cam Johnson and Dario Saric mainly. Man, Phoenix was great this year. Like, they definitely exceeded their expectations. But come on, you could have had Coby White behind Ricky Rubio still. But you got Cam Johnson. I'd rather have the other UNC player.
Garland and Ja off the board. The Suns desperately need a point guard. You could make an argument for them going for a stretch 4 in DeAndre Hunter or maybe a Nassir Little. But I think that a lot of scouts do like Coby White and his athleticism. I know I've been saying that a lot lately in this video, but a lot of these guys are crazy athletic. Coby White is a good shooter. He was a solid defender at UNC this year, and he kind of came alive. Nobody really thought he was going to be a lottery pick going into this year, and he surprised a lot of people. Maybe we'll need a haircut or two and pull an Alfred Payton, but I think Coby White would be a good pick for them.
I don't know why I'm looking away from the camera, and I think my camera lighting was also messed up. That's why I look really pale or bright in that. But yeah, I'm not looking at the camera at all.
Maybe they want to move up to get a solidified Darius Garland because they might like him more, but I do hear that the Suns will really like Coby White, and I think he's going to be the pick there at 6 if he is still on the board. Now, with the Bulls staying put at 7.
Okay, so I got this wrong as well. Oh, man, we're on a bad streak.
That will just not go right at all. I do have them taking DeAndre Hunter. Yes, they might want a Garland, but the odds of Garland going 4 are pretty high, which means Coby White will probably be off the board for them. And I have them taking DeAndre Hunter, like I said, at pick 7. Now, DeAndre Hunter, I think, is, besides Zion, maybe RJ, I think he's even more NBA ready than Ja Morant.
Oh, man, the takes. Why am I doing this to myself? Oh, man, I don't remember saying that.
I think DeAndre Hunter can help a team win right away. And a team like Chicago, maybe I heard they're looking at Patrick Beverley in free agency. I don't think they'll have cap space for D'Angelo Russell, but that would be a pretty cool addition. But I think if you have a foundation of Zach LaVine, DeAndre Hunter, Otto Porter, Wendell Carter Jr., Larry Markkinen, in the Eastern Conference, that can definitely contend for an 8 seed, and I think Chicago is really tired of losing, and they're not trying to tank anymore. It's just clearly they're not getting any luck. They have the 7th pick for the last 3 years, one in the Jimmy Butler trade, last year through the lottery, and this year through the lottery. I think DeAndre Hunter is going to help them win games, and I think he will be the pick for them at pick 7 if both point guards like Coby and Darius Garland.
And I went through this weird phase in my videos that I kept like not realizing, but I was saying both instead of both. And I don't know why. Like, I was pronouncing both with an F and not a TH. I don't know.
So the first of 3 Hawks first-round picks at pick 8, I have them going with a potential pick here in Cam Reddish, forward at
If you listen closer, you can hear, I believe, the coffee bean background in this.
Dude, I think they could take a risk.
Oh, wait! Was that right? Yeah. No. He went 10, right? Wait, did Hayes go 10 or did he go 10? Oh, now, you know what? Let's figure this out. Did I get this pick right? Cam Reddish draft pick. Please tell me he went 8. No, he went 10. Jackson Hayes went 8. I was kind of closely right there. I don't know.
Cam. Now, maybe other teams
can maybe give me that. I don't know.
He has potential to be a really good starter in the NBA, but people might say him and RJ do have a lot of bust potential. And with the Hawks having 3 first-round picks, 2 slots later, and then pick 17, I think they can afford to take a risk while having still a nice core in John Collins, Kevin Huerter, and Trae Young. I think Cam Reddish could be a starting 2 or 3 for them one day if he does pan out. So, like I said, I think the Hawks can take a risk here. Who Cam Reddish going into this year was a projected top 5 pick. Didn't really play well with Zion and RJ, but I think that hurt him more than it helped him. And I do like to pick Cam Reddish to the Hawks at 8. Now, pick 9, I have the Washington Wizards taking the second Carolina player in this draft, and that is NASSIR Little. Now,
oh man, I don't know why I thought he was gonna go in the lottery, man. He's not. He wasn't good his rookie season. He ended up going 25, 6, 7, 4, whatever to the Blazers. Oh man, this is the worst pick in the video so far, probably. I don't know what's worse, me predicting NASSIR Little would go in the top 10, or saying that DeAndre Hunter would be more NBA ready than Ja Morant. Let's just keep this going.
I originally had Doumbouya. I had Brandon Clarke at some point. I had even Jackson Hayes, but now I think I've narrowed down.
Should have went with Brandon Clarke. That would have made me look good.
On NASSIR Little, he had a
even though this isn't a big board, this was a mock draft, obviously, but still.
Draft workout. They worked him out recently. I think there's been a lot of talks that the Wizards do really like him to either play, I guess, the 3 or the 4. I really don't know how he'd pan out at the 4, but I do think NASSIR Little, out of all these guys, has really good 3-and-D potential. I don't think he will be an all-star one day, and he was a top recruit coming out of high school, but I think with playing along with Bradley Beal, if he could just get his 3-point percentage, which I believe was around 27, 28%, if he can get that up to 37 in his rookie year, 36.
Oh my God, Matt, that is some high praise. I thought I was going to say like 32, 33. Who jumps 10% like that?
That is improvement. Or even 35. That is pretty good. And then one day maybe he can get into the 40s. But I think NASSIR Little would be drafted
40s? What?
Solely on his defensive potential here at pick.
Okay, I don't know what I was smoking during that pick or that selection, but that was
for the Wizards, and that's who I have them drafting. Now at pick 10, I have the Atlanta Hawks taking Jackson Hayes, center at a...
Bro! Hayes went 8. I kind of got Flip Hayes and Reddish, and that's perfect.
Their second pick in the draft, I have them taking kind of more of a need pick to pair him along with another great big man they took in 2017 in John Collins. Jackson Hayes really rose on draft boards this year, as it really wasn't a strong center class. You have guys like Goga, you have guys like Bol, you have Nicholas Claxton, but I think Jackson Hayes is definitely the for sure top big man to be drafted in this at the center position. And I think with the Hawks possibly taking a Cam Reddish, having Kevin Huerter already at the 2, having Trae Young at the 1 and John Collins at the 4, I think they're going to go kind of more of a need / like best player available case here, and they're going to take a center in Jackson Hayes at pick 10. Now, pick 11, I had the Timberwolves originally selecting Brandon Clarke, but I feel like that's just not going to happen, even though I would love to see Brandon Clarke play alongside with Cat.
Oh, man, come on, see, I like Clarke going into this. I really did.
I've been taking Sekou Doumbouya out of France. I don't really know a lot about Sekou Doumbouya. I've been watching more like NCAA, nor am I a college expert whatsoever, but I really haven't watched a lot of France this year, nor did I watch it when Frank Ntilikina was drafted a couple years years ago. But I've heard good things about this guy. He's only 18 years old. And the Timberwolves, this is more of a project pick. Not necessarily like a Kristaps Porzingis pick, but it's definitely not going to contribute right away, I believe. I don't think he's as good as like a Luka Doncic was coming overseas. But I think he has the potential to be a really good stretch four in this league. I've seen some comparisons as to a not as good of a rebounder, Kevin Love, which, hey, if you're getting that at pick 11, I would take that to pair up with Cat. I think they do need to go a 4 here. I would love for them to have added a Coby White or Darius Garland, but unfortunately they were picking way too low for those two guys. They do need to...
They could have gotten a Coby White. They could have gotten Coby White.
But they also do need a power forward in this draft. So I have them taking Sekou Doumbia at pick 11. Now with pick 12, I have the Charlotte Hornets taking Goga Bitadze. Now,
bro, I got sorry, I'm caught up in the background music, but I got some Tame Impala in the background. So I had Goga at 12. I think he went 15 to the Pacers, 16? No, he might have went 18. I think it was 18.
Oh, Charlotte here, I really don't know what they should do. I heard they kind of want to trade up to maybe make it more enticing.
Bro, I didn't realize this, but Goga joins me and Derek Jeter as someone that has a freckle in between their eyebrows. Like, I don't know if you could see it, but I've had one. It's gone like less noticeable over the years, and like I remember like some of my friends like, oh, I didn't even realize you had that. Like, it's not noticeable, but I just realized that on Goga that he has one, and when I was younger, it was a lot more noticeable.
Position for them to draft Kemba, maybe they would involve a Miles Bridges, maybe they'll involve a Malik Monk. But I have them taking a really good center. I think that people don't really know much about. Goga can really shoot the three ball. I think he's the best shooting big man in this draft, at least at the center position. Maybe you could say Bol, but I think Goga is definitely a more safer pick for injury reasons. He's played overseas where the competition could be better, and I don't know. I feel like this is just a Hornets pick. I think they wanted Bol maybe going into this year. I don't know, but I think Bol is going to scare a lot of teams just because of his frame and his definitely injury concern. So I have the Hornets taking Goga.
Yeah, and teams were scared. He didn't go until the second round.
Bitadze, sorry, it's hard to pronounce. At pick 12. Now at 13, I have the Miami Heat taking Kevin Porter Jr. out of USC. Kevin Porter Jr. was suspended.
Am I going to get any of these right? I don't know.
Around mid-season.
See, like, I had him in the lottery, and he was a very good pick. He went, I think, 30th to the Cavs.
Some conduct issues. Did
I just say conduct, not conduct?
Junior was suspended around mid-season for some conduct issues. And I was pretty scared that was going to hurt his draft stock, and he was going to fall to late first, early second. But a lot of people like him in pre-draft workouts. I've heard guys like Kevin O'Connor and Zach Lowe rave about him. So I'm really excited to see him in this position where he can actually maybe grow into an NBA player. I really like his jump shot. I think it looks one of the best in this draft alongside Keldon Johnson, but we'll get to him later. And yeah, I just think this is a Heat pick. I think they're going to go best player available in their eyes. I'm just taking a guess in Kevin Porter Jr. They worked him out. Coming in at pick 14, I have the Boston Celtics taking Brandon Clarke. Maybe with the rebuild.
Oh, you should have. You should have. You'd rather have Clarke than Romeo Langford.
Really the best selection. He's more of an NBA-ready player in my eyes, so maybe they could go like a Romeo Langford.
Oh.
Or a Tyler Herro, somebody like that. But I think if they do want to move Robert Williams to the center position with possibly no Horford or no Baines next year, Brandon Clarke is a really smart NBA-ready player that I think they could plug in there at the 4, have Tatum at the 3, or maybe they even want Clarke running the second unit, which I think would be pretty good. He's a good rebounder. He's a really good defender, I think, in my eyes. Shooting to be valuable at the 4, I think he definitely needs to improve his three-point shooting, but
he did. He wasn't great at Gonzaga, I'm pretty sure. I could be completely wrong, so maybe he was a good shooter there, but he was a good shooter in his rookie season, so he did improve, I would say, from Gonzaga.
That's what everybody's doing nowadays, so I'm really not nervous or really scared for him not to do that. So I think this is just a Celtics pick here at 14 if they were to keep it. So that is it for the lottery. Now I'm going to just name off the picks I have and just kind of like where they're from, and if I really want to talk about them, I'll go into them, but probably I'm just going to name these off. So at pick 15...
Okay, let's discuss this. All right, so we just got done with the lottery, and if you can kind of see it, I'm sorry if you can't, but in the bottom left, I had Keldon Johnson going to the Detroit Pistons. He didn't go till, I think, 29 to San Antonio, so that was wrong. They took Sekou there. 16, the Orlando Magic took Chuma Okeke, who I'd even have here in the first round. I had them taking Tyler Hero, but he went to the other Florida team in the Miami Heat. I had PJ Washington going 17 to the Hawks, and I think that would have been a great pick. Imagine if the Hawks ended up with Reddish, Hayes, and Washington in this draft. That would have been a very nice haul for them, but obviously Washington went a couple picks higher to the Charlotte Hornets, and then the Pelicans made that pick with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Rui Hachimura to the Pacers at 18. I had him a little bit lower. He ended up going 9 picks higher to the Washington Wizards. Grant Williams to the San Antonio Spurs. I don't know if he was. I think he was picked 20 anyway to the Celtics. So they obviously took Luka Šamanić there, who I had going to, you can see Memphis at 23. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, I believe that was the Grant Williams pick. 21, Cameron Johnson. I don't know if they took Darius. No, I think Memphis traded up with this pick, and that's where they took Brandon Clarke. 22, the Celtics. I think they traded down here, and they ended up trading out of the first round completely because I'm pretty sure they ended up with Carson Edwards in the second round because they ended up trading, I think, down with Philly and then down with Phoenix to get the Milwaukee first, and then Phoenix took Ty Jerome. But yeah, Philly traded up at 22. They took Matisse Thybulle. The Grizzlies ended up trading 23 for 21, and they took Clarke at 21, I think, and then Baisley was taken at 23. He's turned into a nice player. 24, the Sixers. I think this is the Ty Jerome pick to the Suns. I'm not sure, though, but Taylor Horton-Tucker ended up going the second round to the Lakers. Louis King. Oh, wow. I don't even think he was drafted. Or he might have been a second-round pick by the Pistons. No. King went undrafted. All right, so I had an undrafted guy go in the first round. That's kind of embarrassing. Bobo there. I think the Cavs traded down, and they ended up getting, obviously, Kevin Porter Jr. Cavanielli. So, actually, he went 27, I believe. I think the Clippers traded up to the Nets pick there, and the Nets ended up getting Claxton in the second round, but Muffondu went there, so I was kind of right. Claxton went 28. He went in the second round. I think the Warriors took Jordan Poole there, I believe, and they got Pascal in the second round. I think that's what happened. 29, I don't even remember who went 29. Spurs from Toronto. This was Keldon Johnson, and then 30 was Kevin Porter Jr., so I guess the Pistons made a trade there. So exactly right picks, right spot, right team. I got 3 right. I got the first 3 right, so those were pretty easy. I got Cam Reddish to the Hawks was right, but he went at 10, but I didn't know that trade was made. Jackson Hayes was made at 8, but that was at the Pels, so that's not really right. Anyway, I don't know. I don't think I got any other of these picks right. I would say I got the Muffondu pick right. That's about it. So yeah, that was me reacting to my 2019 mock draft. Obviously, mock drafts are really hard to predict. I guess this wasn't a very good mock. Anyway, but yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Drop a like if you guys did enjoy. Let me know if you predicted any correct picks, like out of the top 3. Like, let me know, because that'd be pretty impressive, because the top 3 were pretty given before the draft started, so I'm not going to give myself any credit for really getting those right. But yeah, thank you all for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys next video. Peace.